Hey Moral Gamers, welcome back. Ready for the game that made Mortal Kombat squeamish? We're looking at Eternal Champions, challenge from the Darkside on your Sega CD. So, how's this one going to stack up? Keep watching. Quick word from our sponsor though. We have Game Central, and this is GameCentralOnline.com as well. They buy, sell, trade new, used games. They're located in the Crossroad Mall, St. Cloud, Minnesota. Game Central does it all, and Game Central is better than the competition. So check them out. This is Game Central. GameCentralOnline.com. We hope to see you there. Eternal Champions was basically one of two options Sega had for bringing fighting into the next generation. And so when it came down to it, they said we can either do Virtua Fighter or Eternal Champions. And they didn't give Eternal Champions a fair shake because it basically was never a strong arcade game. Never actually, I don't remember it being an arcade game. It was just locked on the Genesis console, and they never did anything. And then they threw it on Sega CD, and Sega CD went abysmally wrong. I mean, they didn't market it. They didn't even do the system right in the first place. So Sega CD went down, and they threw the baby out with the bathwater here. But this was a game that was better than Street Fighter back in the day. And this one has a lot of the conventions that we see now in fighting games. So you have your hop-in combos, you have your step combos, you have your jump combos. I mean, you have all the combo attacks and everything that you would have had. But building on that, each character has a wider array of moves than even most characters today. I mean, the average move list is about 10 moves per character, and that's split between skill and special moves. And here's how they level the characters out, because every character in this is overpowered. And when you have overpowered characters abundant, is there really an overpowered character? Your special moves are ones that, you see that little yin-yang symbol up in the corner? As you use special moves, that depletes. When it's gone, you can't use any more special moves. Your skill moves, on the other hand, aren't nearly as strong, but they're like useful and niche things to counter and whatnot. And so your skill moves can be used at any point in time. And so balancing the use of your skill moves, your special moves, and normal attacks will give you some pretty sweet combos. And if you nail a combo that does more than 25% damage, you get unlimited use of your specials, which is pretty cool actually. So it was ahead of its time, even in that remarks. But then, on top of that, what did they do? They had these beautifully written out, drawn out stories for each character. It's like they thought through the backgrounds. What makes this person tick? I wish they would have done it in cinema format or something like that, had it narrated. They could have done that on the Sega CD, but c'est la vie. They didn't. So, little disappointed there. The cast, though, is pretty tight because it's people from all across time, which bleeds into the story because the story is hey, key deaths of individuals throughout history could have prevented the end of mankind. Okay, whatever. So we got Ramesses III, Slash a caveman, we have a guy from the Old West, cat burglar from the 1920s, an assassin from 1995, we have bounty hunter from 2021, 25 or something like that. Hey, isn't that when Cleopatra was around? Anyway, so they have them all through time, and they all come together, and they all fight. Because a tournament where everyone beats the living daylights out of each other is how you resolve all of humanity. Okay, whatever. Every level has two finishing moves. And this will bleed into the morality of it, because every level has two finishing moves. You can, like, on a pirate ship, throw them overboard and have the sharks at them. Or you can impale them with the hook. In addition to that, every character, who's not an animal, by the way, the animals don't, has a vendetta. And a vendetta is like your Mortal Kombat finishing moves. I'm not skilled enough to pull these off anymore. But they have a finishing move like that where it's a very up-close personal, I'm going to kill you. And then there's the Cinna-kills, where if you perform one of those combos that does 25% more damage, you basically send them to the Dark Eternal Champion, who he does away with them. So there's plenty of ways to kill, and this game is extremely graphic about it. This is Sega Genesis. This is a step up from your Nintendo. And they're doing everything this graphic? Dang! So that's something parents may not like. You have a character who's a vampire. You have a character who's a wizard. You have a character who's from Atlantis. I mean, all sorts of mythologies and stuff like that going into it. You have issues with that, you may not want your kids playing it. The martial arts violence, that's something you may not want your kids playing. And even for back then, I'm looking at it now, and like, the female dress in here is a little risque, even for the 90s. So something else that you may not want your kids playing if you're objection to it. But again, from a gamer standpoint, though, language too, by the way. Gamer standpoint, it still is a game I would play today. It still holds up the test of time, surprisingly. So I do recommend Eternal Champions Challenge from the Dark Side to gamers. Parents, not so much. I wouldn't even play this with my kids. Hey, if you enjoyed this review, though, remember to like, subscribe, share. We love hearing from you, and visit us on our website, moralgamer.com. We hope to see you there.